to the most amazing, passionate, energetic participants from our Viva Horizon. So today I would like to talk to you, or we would like to discuss about something very, very connected to all, that is called how I can be a fantastic team player. I mean, we all are coming from an individualistic background. It's like during our college days, we had the absolute freedom to hang out with some people and reject some people, yes or no. It was purely our choice. From then, we started working in some companies or some institutions. There again, if you look at, if I'm a teacher, I have the freedom, or I will be working with my kind of people. For example, I was working in law college as a guest lecturer last 2 years back. I will be interacting only with my kind of people, means all teachers. Or if you are a bank employee, you shall be dealing only with other bank employees. Or if you're a doctor, you shall be dealing only with other doctors. It is very, very comforting dealing with a similar kind of people. But when you are coming into business, everything changes. So here you will have to confront with diverse people, people from various backgrounds, and you have to work with them. So it looks like a lion is sleeping with many other animals. A tiger is sleeping with many other animals, which may not be very comfortable for you. How a lion can comfortably deal with a giraffe? But of course, you have to do it. Dealing another lion is easy, but a giraffe, how can an elephant comfortably deal with a deer? So these all what you experience once you started pursuing your Viva business actively. So this is something if we know how to handle this, then the journey will be very exciting. And, you know, you may have an upline, you may have your associates, you may have your line of sponsors, but your small rank, your age in Viva cannot be a reason or cannot be a hindrance to stop you from not being the best team player in your organization. During my business times, I used to wish like this. I wanted to become the best team player in my appliance organization. Or once I started growing, I was clear. I wanted to be the best team player in the entire company. For that, I don't need to become the topmost achiever in the company. I don't need to be the number one rank holder in the company. Absolutely not necessary. So it is all about your attitude. In order to, it is not your achievement. So I can help you with some tips which I have learned in my practical life in order to become the best team player in your, not in just your organization, that everybody will be trying to do that, but in your appliance organization or in the entire company, So that is what an interesting topic we are discussing today. So for that, a few points I have, but in that, the very first point, little difficult to execute, but if you could execute it in the true sense, oh my God, then nothing like that. That is called respect. That's called respect. Respect other people. Respect other people means not just shaking hands or greeting or hugging. No. Respecting their work. In order to do that, many are not able to do it. Why, I found something unbelievable. That is, most of the people, those who are not respecting others, actually they are not respecting themselves. So, first, start respecting you. Everybody is a unique creation. You are different. It is like if Amitabh Bachchan is 6'2" tall. Jaya Bachchan may be half of his size. If you go to any Indian doctor, they will say, oh, this is a misfit. Let us, make it proper. They may cut 1 feet from Amitabh Bachchan. I will try to fit to Jaya Bachchan. And they say, now it is standard. This is the way it has to be. No, my dear friend. Divorce is so common in Bollywood, but Bachchans are almost in the late evenings of their life, happily, comfortably. With this difference. Yeah. So everybody is unique. You are also unique. You respect you the way you are. No need to standardize anything. Then you will be comfortable respecting others. You'll be very comfortable respecting others. All right. So once you start respecting others, then people will start trusting you. Once they start trusting you, it will create a wonderful bond, a wonderful bond. Bond को हिंदी में क्या बोला? अच्छा एक क्या? एक हिंदी वाला help करो भाई. रिश्ता. Thank you, Prem ji, for timely help. So when bonding is good, help will come like this instantaneously. So the rishta will become very good. Sambandh, bandhan, many good words are coming. Yeah. So no team in the world can function without a good bond, good bandhan. So Shamsuddin sir used to say, when the relationship gets strengthened, the business will get strengthened. But it's all start with respecting yourself. See, I just wanted to I just want to talk about my personal hero in today's world. Among the world leaders, this man is my favorite, my hero. I used to read about him. I used to listen him. And I'm an amid fan of this man. His name is Vladimir Zelensky. You heard about this guy? Everybody would have heard about him. This man, I just wanted to tell you, he is respecting himself. He was a comedian in movies. Vladimir Zelensky. He was a comedian in movies. He made good monies in movies. Then after that, he realized, since he is respecting himself, he was respecting his nation as well. He has seen a lot of corruption in his country. So he contested in the election. Since he had a lot of self-respect, he was able to respect his fellow citizens. They voted him without any background of politics. He has become the president of his country. And he said, other countries or our big neighbor, Russia, is treating us like a vassal state. He said, we need the status of other European countries. Let us stand up. He stood up. Then the neighbor came to attack him. Everybody thought it's a matter of 2 days, 3 days, or maximum 1 week. The country will be perished. When this mighty army came, all his critics ran away from the country. But he stayed back. He was the #1 target of enemy. He went to the streets, motivated people. And he said, till the last person, the Ukrainians will stand up. Ukrainians will fight. If we get bombs, we will fight with bombs. If we don't get bombs, we'll fight with bullets. If we don't fight with bullets, we will fight with a sword. He didn't hide anywhere. Street to street, house to house. With his family, he visited and motivated everybody to fight. And told, let our women go out, the children go out, the men, you stay back. If your age is between 20 to 60, you stay back. Let us fight. And he said, my family also not going. We are the #1 target, not just me. I don't want to secure my family. You secure your family, but I don't want to secure my family. Because country fast. Whereas another guy, he had 3 lakhs army, supported by the Western powers. His name was Abdul Ghani, Ashraf Ghani of Afghan president. When a group of insurgents came, one who was heading an army of 3 lakh people with full of dollars in a helicopter, he flew to another country. A comedian against the second biggest military power in the world, he stood because he had a self-respect. So he was able to respect his people. So now, this is a classical example. A leader or a team player. Zelensky is not a military guy who can go and fire. He's just a comedian from movie industry. But what happened? Everybody stood with him. So, my dear friends, you may not be the best talented guy in the organization, but if you have Zelensky's quality, everybody will stand with you and you will become the ultimate hero. So, be the best team player. So, for that, respect will help you to the best team player. The second tip I want to share, that is appreciation. Appreciation will never go out of fashion. Appreciation will never go out of fashion. Because we love to hear from others that, Abhilash, you did a good job. Yeah, we feel good. So, we should start appreciating people personally and professionally. When people dress up well, let's appreciate. It can start from there. Honest appreciation. Then what about appreciating professionally? Means appreciating their work. appreciating their work. Sometimes when I become the CEO of the company, I started appreciating people. Then one of my colleagues said, "Sir, don't do like this. If they do like that, after that, they will not do their 100% anymore. They will think they are the best. Nothing more is there to be done if you appreciate like that." That's not the case. Appreciation doesn't mean you are 100%. You did a task in a very good manner. I appreciate that. But still, there is a lot of scope of improvement. Next time, I am sure you can do even better. That is the way the appreciation has to go. You have done well, gentleman. Oh, young girl, you did great. Keep the good work going. I'm sure next time you will be able to do even better. That is the way the professional appreciation has to go. So once you do that, the culture sets from the top. If you start appreciating the new achievements or something, somebody is doing first time something in your organization. For example, somebody closed a 200 PV sale. That for you, it's nothing. You might have done many times in life, or you have seen many people doing it in your organization. But when for him, that is first time. And when you are appreciating it, he will really feel great, or she will really feel great. When somebody has done the first retail through digital, you must appreciate. Hey, 25 PV, what is there in that? But for him, it is a big deal. Digitally, I sold 25 PV. It's a big thing for him. So we have to sincerely appreciate. So when we do that, everybody in the organization will start doing it. It will create a culture for the whole organization. You can do it privately. You can do it publicly. When we do that, a lot of positivity will be created. When there is a lot of positivity, there will be a lot of productivity. Where there is a lot of productivity, there will be a lot of growth. And when we appreciate, it's not just should come from the tongue. It has, the entire face has to convey that. The way you guys smile now, with that smile, if you appreciate, wow, that will be phenomenal. So the next tip I just wanted to share. As I said earlier, the third tip, people are coming from different backgrounds. In your organization, of course, people are coming from different economic backgrounds, different academic backgrounds, different ethnic and linguistic backgrounds. So people are different. So when people are different, their capabilities also will be different in the initial days. When people have different capabilities or different style of working, we should show a certain amount of adaptability, because otherwise it is like if you keep a competition between a monkey and elephant, who will win? It depends on the competition. If it is a tree climbing, monkey will win. If it is a weight lift, elephant will win. But you need a monkey and an elephant both in your organization. So that way, we need to hold people of different capabilities. We need to hold people of different capabilities. And your organization should be the melting pot of various cultures. Why America is the most powerful country in the world? Because there is nobody called Americans. The Americans are the Native Americans, they are not even 1% of the total population. Remaining 99% people came from all over the world. There is no society like American society as diverse as this much. So United States is the melting pot, and all the capabilities came together and the country has become a superpower. The same way your organization, the doctors will come, engineers will come, advocates will come, teachers will come, kanju bankers will come. I'm sorry, every banker is not a kanju. Yeah, the finance guys are kanju. Generally, it's a perception. That's why I said, yeah. So every category will come. Let everybody meet together, melt there, and a unique culture will be formed. So every person that way has a different role to play. When a housewife is going to the stage and giving a testimony, it will be more effective than a diamond's testimony for another housewife sitting among the audience. Are you getting the point? So diverse culture is like you have got a car. In car, there are different parts, different spare parts. Every part has got a different function. Tire got a different function. Steer ring has got a different function. Once I took my old car to a mechanic. Mechanic asked me, what happened to Abhilash? He was my friend only. I said, except horn, rest all parts are making sounds. Except horn, rest all parts are making sounds. So the same way, it is like every part has got a unique function. The same way, different people accept it as it is. Yes, minimum, a real thing only I said, yeah. So I was very young when I bought my first car, and everybody will have a little crush for your first car. So I was keeping it for a long time. So anyway, so and the point is we have to keep everybody together, and we should not get uncomfortable with that. Everybody will definitely add value to your organization. Keep it as a melting pot. Finally, one unique culture of your organization will emerge from all this. How many of you enjoys rock music? Rock music, everybody enjoys. The rock music actually started by the African Americans. From Africa, the African wild music, they brought it to America. And that melted with the Western music. And both together got cooked. And finally, what rock music we see is created. And it has more fans than any other music forms in the whole world. That is a way. So your team, different capabilities will come together after working 2-3 years together. If you keep everyone together, it will become very powerful. Like rock music, like biryani. Somebody is saying like a mocktail combination or whatever it is. Yeah. So the next point to become an amazing team player is receiving feedbacks. Many will become very uncomfortable when they receive feedbacks. There are two types of feedbacks. One is constructive feedbacks. Second is called, of course, destructive feedbacks. Constructive feedback starts with a little bit of appreciation and focuses on areas of improvements. That is where the constructive feedbacks used to come. Destructive feedback often comes from the place of anger and ego and aimed at bringing the other person down. That is the way you can make out the difference between constructive and destructive. Constructive feedback starts with a little bit of appreciation and focuses on areas of improvements. Whereas destructive comes from the place of anger and ego. So that fellow, oof, that is the way it used to come. So let me just tell you which one is good. Appreciate constructive feedbacks or destructive feedbacks. I don't need to answer. Yeah, of course, constructive feedbacks. In order to get constructive feedbacks, you have to train your organization how to give constructive feedbacks. Constructive feedbacks are always two-sided, not a one-sided story. When you are giving the feedback, you should show the patience to hear the response for that feedback from the other person. Don't think feedback is always one-sided. No. Constructive feedbacks are always two-sided. You are giving a feedback. Other person will be hearing it patiently, completely. After that, he will be giving his opinion or his feedback about your feedback. And you should have the willingness to take it. That's the point. So, most organizations are crumbling only because there is no place to give feedbacks. They are afraid to give an honest feedback about their upline. My upline will be unhappy with me. But if there is no honest communications, then there cannot be, if there is no honest communication, then there cannot be any real bonding can happen. So, as a good team player, so when a honest feedback, a constructive feedback is coming, you should be ready to listen without hurting your ego, without taking it personally. Very important, my dear friends. So, and my final point is dealing with the weaknesses. What is dealing with the weaknesses? Dealing with weaknesses is nothing but in your organization, as I said, talented people also will be there, but people are not very talented also will be there. But we have to hold everyone. So, some people have strength in certain areas, some people have weakness also in certain areas. It is easy to deal with the strength, but very difficult to deal with weaknesses. What you do with the weaknesses? I don't need to tell you what to deal with the strength. It is very much there. But how do you deal with the weaknesses of your associates? Please don't write off people. That is the last thing you have to do it in your life. Don't do that. That is the easiest thing. So how do we do that? How do we deal with the weaknesses? Of course, as a team, we have to deal with the weaknesses. The world's best goalkeeper, as far as penalty shootouts are concerned, is the creation of Diego Maradona. He was young. He was a substitute. When the main goalie got injured, the team pushed him to the ground against a match with Brazil. This young man, a crowd of over 1 lakh people in the World Cup, he actually lost his ground, and the Brazilian strikers were continuously raiding his goal post, and one shot hit the bar and went out. One shot for inches, it went out. This new goalkeeper, the young guy, said, I was literally crying there and I somehow wanted to get rid of this. But Diego Maradona and the entire Argentinian defense protected that goalkeeper like an eyeball in their eyes in the first half. So this boy could settle down. After that, in the second half, he started gaining momentum. And later, he has become the best goalkeeper the world has ever seen as far as penalty shootouts are concerned. Clearly created by the team of the remaining 10 people, created the 11th man. So that is the way a team play has to be. So how do we deal with the weaknesses? We must work with the weaknesses of your team. If you don't work with the weaknesses of your teammate, you are actually hampering his personal growth. You are hampering his personal growth, and in turn, your team will be growing with inherent weaknesses. And that will become an ultimate reason for the collapse of your organization in the later stage. So work with the weaknesses. And let me conclude with one final point. I know time has jumbled, but still give me 1 minute. That is, team, there is nothing better than leading by example. To become the best team player, you have to lead by example. You can demonstrate the ideal team behavior like punctuality, compassion, mutual understanding, respect, politeness. It goes on. I want to be the last person to hurt anybody in my life, or, very open with you. So, at least my friends know that. So, at least if you could work on few qualities and you can actualize it, then your team will get inspired by you. Once your team will get inspired by you, so motivation, a motive to take an action will come from your words. But if you lead by example, then only your team will get inspired. If you improve certain qualities. So, dear friends, and lead by example, you will be copied by your teammates, and everybody would like to be with you. So people from different cultures will form one single culture if you set a wonderful example. So lead by example. So a couple of points we discussed in order to become the best team player. So I wish good luck to each and every amazing participants here. Amazing participants here to become the best team player in your entire organization or in our entire company. So I love you all. I thank you all for attending my session. Thank you all. Love you all.